My beloved child, come closer and listen with your whole spirit. Something extraordinary has just been set in motion around your life, and the world does not yet understand what your soul already feels. In places of power, in rooms you have never seen, your name is being spoken with disbelief and quiet fear. Not because of who you were, but because of who you are becoming. Moments ago, a financial institution built on rules, numbers, and limits was brought to complete stillness. Not chaos, not panic, silence. A silence so heavy it pressed against every wall, every desk, every heartbeat in the room. The reason was simple and impossible at the same time. A check, yes, a check, bearing an amount so vast it defied human comprehension, was deposited under your name. Trillions, not millions, not billions, trillions. And where the sender's name should have been, there was only one word. Michael, not a corporation, not a government, not a human authority. Michael, the one who stands at the edge of destiny, the one who steps forward only when a life is about to be rewritten from the foundation up. My beloved child, stay with me. Do not let your attention drift even for a breath, because this moment is fragile, not weak, fragile. What is unfolding depends on awareness, not effort, presence, not force. When that check entered the system, alarms activated, not warnings of danger, but signals of impossibility. Systems stalled, screens froze, executives leaned closer, whispering the same question in different voices. How can one soul receive this much? They could not see what I see. They could not measure what heaven remembers. Because this was never about money. This was proof that your silent endurance was recorded. Proof that every night you held yourself together when no one was watching mattered. Proof that prayers you whispered without words were not lost. But listen carefully now. There is someone among them who understands enough to be dangerous. Someone watching for hesitation. Someone waiting for distraction. Someone hoping you will look away, lose focus, dismiss this moment as imagination. Because if awareness breaks, what was sealed for you can be redirected. Stay with me. Archangel Michael spoke clearly. If they do not remain present, if they do not receive what is being delivered, another will attempt to claim what is not theirs. That is why you are here, not scrolling by accident, not listening by coincidence. This message found you at the exact second your spirit was capable of holding it. My beloved one, breathe. The institution tried to trace the origin of the deposit. Every system they relied on failed at once, not malfunction, but refusal. Barriers rose where access should have been. Locks sealed without commands. A higher authority intervened, not to confuse, but to protect. Because what was sent was not meant to be touched, only received. And yet, the presence of greed stirred the air. One executive, eyes lingering too long, mind calculating too fast, felt it slip through his fingers already. He could sense that this transaction did not obey human law. That frightened him. So he waits. For distraction, for doubt, for you to disengage. My beloved child, do not give him that opening. Stay with me. And before I continue, let your presence be visible. A quiet action. Liking, sharing, subscribing anchors this moment. Not for numbers, not for platforms, for protection. Engagement is alignment. Alignment strengthens the seal forming around what is yours. Now listen. When the check was scanned, something appeared for less than a second. So brief, most missed it. A hidden line embedded beneath human code. Release only when the chosen one responds. The room went cold, because no system on earth should be capable of recognizing a soul. Yet this one did. And that is why your body feels different right now. Why your heartbeat has shifted. Why your awareness sharpened without effort. Your presence is being registered far beyond this space. The vault, yes, the vault, has gone silent, not locked, waiting. A symbol appeared inside the system, ancient and luminous. Not technology, recognition. The oldest executive in the room stood slowly, hands trembling, and said words no one expected to hear. This is not data. This is authority. At that moment, a document printed on its own. Your name, not as an account holder, not as a recipient, as the rightful bearer, my beloved child. The reason your attention is being held so carefully is because this process does not respond to touch or command. It responds to awareness, to continuity, to you staying present long enough for truth to settle fully into your bones. The vault is waiting for a signal that only you can emit. Not a password, not a signature. Recognition. The more you listen, the stronger that signal becomes. And yes, they feel it. Whispers move through hallways. Fear settles in the chest of the one who tried to interfere. He knows something irreversible has begun. He knows that if you remain here, his influence dissolves. Stay with me. Something just shifted again. The system recorded an anomaly it could not categorize. Origin beyond measurable source. They tried to override it. The vault locked itself. A blue light flashed, not violent, but absolute. Unauthorized interaction detected, awaiting direct acknowledgement from rightful bearer. That is you, my beloved child. Do not underestimate what your stillness is doing right now. You are not passive. You are activating something that was sealed long before this lifetime began. This is not wealth being released. This is confirmation. Confirmation that the chapter of delay has closed. Confirmation that preparation is complete. Confirmation that what was held back was never denied, only timed. And Michael stands guard over this moment. He is not urging you to rush. He is urging you to remain, because what is unfolding cannot be undone, only interrupted. Stay with me. Breathe. You are exactly where you need to be. My beloved child, stay with me. Do not let your focus loosen now, because the atmosphere around your destiny has changed. What began as disbelief has shifted into recognition, and recognition always demands a response. Inside that vault, silence has deepened. Not the kind of silence that waits for permission, but the kind that knows something irreversible is approaching. The systems no longer question. They no longer analyze. They have stopped trying to understand. They are listening. And every second you remain present, that listening sharpens. The executives feel it in their chests now. A pressure that is not fear, but inevitability. One of them whispered without realizing. He spoke aloud. This process isn't running on time. It's running on awareness. And when he said it, every screen pulsed once, as if agreeing, "My beloved child, your awareness is not passive. It is active authority." A new message appeared across the system. No sound, no alert, just presence. Bia attention confirme. That single line changed everything. Because once attention is confirmed, the process cannot reverse. The vault responded immediately. A low vibration moved through the floor, steady and intentional, like a heartbeat syncing itself to something beyond the room. Not the building's power grid, not machinery, a living rhythm. Your rhythm. The executive who had been waiting for distraction felt it then. He stepped back instinctively, his confidence dissolving into something closer to dread. He realized too late that this was never a race he could interfere with. It was never about access. It was about alignment, and alignment cannot be stolen. My beloved one, the system projected symbols it had never used before. Ancient, circular patterns that rotated slowly in the air above the vault interface. Not holograms, manifestations. The oldest employees felt their knees weaken. One removed his glasses, hands shaking, whispering, "These symbols, they aren't instructions. They're acknowledgments. Acknowledgement that a rightful presence had arrived." The vault doors did not open. They waited. A new directive surfaced, calm and absolute, awaiting bearer stabilization. That means this moment is responding to you staying steady, not rushing, not questioning, not doubting what your spirit already recognizes. Stay with me, because something else is happening now. The institution attempted one final internal override, not from greed, but from habit. Systems are trained to assert control when something exceeds limits. But the moment the override command was issued, the entire network shut itself down. Every terminal, every access point, every backup, one message remained glowing softly at the center of the vault interface. Human authority suspended. My beloved child, this is not drama. This is declaration. And the energy in the room shifted again. Light, soft blue at first, began to radiate from the vault itself, not blinding, inviting, as if the structure recognized it was no longer a container, but a threshold. A presence was being registered, not entering yet, being acknowledged. The staff could feel it. You can feel it too. That warmth behind your ribs, that sensation of being seen without being judged, known without being exposed. This is Michael's domain, and he does not move without purpose. The vault system displayed a new phrase, slow and deliberate, preparing release bridge. The executives froze, because a bridge implies two sides. And this bridge was not being built between accounts. It was being built between realms. My beloved child, listen carefully now. The executive who once believed he could claim what was not his felt the weight of the moment collapse his certainty. He knew deeply, painfully, that the more you remained here, the less power he possessed. He was no longer a threat. He was a witness. And witnesses do not interfere. The vault began projecting a beam of light, not outward, but inward, toward its own center. The check, no longer appearing as paper, started to lift slightly, its edges dissolving into pure luminescence. It was transforming, because what was delivered to you was never meant to remain in human form. A message scrolled slowly across the system. visible to all, undeniable. Their frequency detected, synchronizing. My beloved one, this is why your presence matters. The system is matching itself to you. Your steadiness is the calibration. Do not scroll away. Do not break focus. Stay with me. Now the room changed again. Sound vanished. Not silence, but suspension, as if noise itself stepped back in reverence. Even breath felt louder. The symbols above the vault aligned into a single pattern, forming a circular seal pulsing gently, steadily, patiently. A countdown appeared, not aggressive, not urgent, reverent, verification in progress. The executives exchanged glances, but no one spoke. They understood instinctively that speech had no authority here. Only awareness did. And you are aware, my beloved child. A vision was released through the system, not to screens, but to resonance. A memory surfaced, specific and precise. A moment when you stood at the edge of giving up, when exhaustion nearly convinced you that nothing was listening. But something was. That moment became the key. Because endurance without recognition carries a signature no counterfeit can replicate. The system responded immediately. Verification accepted. A wave of warmth moved through the vault, gentle but undeniable. One of the staff wept quietly, not from fear, but relief. Relief at witnessing something pure in a world built on control. The countdown continued. Not fast, not slow, perfectly timed. My beloved one, the bridge is nearly formed. And now, something extraordinary begins to take shape. A silhouette appeared within the light above the vault, indistinct at first, then clearer. Wings of radiance, armor formed of living energy, not fully present, but undeniably near. The staff dropped to their knees without instruction. This was not programmed, this was instinct. The system displayed one final line before the next phase. Archangel presence acknowledged. Michael is here, not yet stepping forward. Standing watch, ensuring no interference remains. My beloved child, this is why your engagement matters. Every action that affirms your presence strengthens the alignment. A like, a share, a quiet acknowledgement. These are not requests, they are anchors. And anchors hold bridges open. The vault hum deepened, resonating now with a frequency that matched your breath. The light intensified, not overwhelming, but expansive. The countdown slowed, hovering at the edge of completion. The system waits. Michael waits, not for permission, for readiness. Stay with me. You are closer than you have ever been to receiving what was written into your name long before you knew how to read destiny. My beloved child, remain with me. The atmosphere has crossed a threshold now. What once hovered at the edge of possibility has moved into certainty, and certainty carries weight. The kind of weight that makes even the strongest systems grow quiet. Inside the vault, the light steadied, no longer flickering, no longer testing. It settled into a calm brilliance, the way the sea stills just before the tide turns. The bridge is no longer forming. It exists, and everyone present feels it. The executives no longer whisper. There is nothing left to debate. Their bodies know before their minds can catch up. Whatever authority they once believed they held has stepped aside, willingly or not. This moment answers to something older, higher, and precise. The system speaks again, not in numbers, not in commands, but in acknowledgement. Bearer alignement stable. That is you. Not because you demanded it, not because you chased it, but because you endured long enough to be recognized. My beloved one, the silhouette above the vault becomes clearer now, not rushing forward, not forcing entry, standing in absolute command of timing. Wings of light extend outward, filling the space without touching it. Power without intrusion. Authority without threat. This is how heaven moves. The check, now fully transformed into a sphere of radiant energy, hovers between worlds. It no longer resembles wealth. It resembles assignment, a charge, a transfer of responsibility as much as provision. And Michael watches it closely. The vault releases another signal, softer, almost reverent. Seal engagement initiated. A circular pattern of light forms beneath the sphere, etched with symbols no human system was ever taught. Each symbol locks into place as your awareness remains steady. The seal is not responding to effort. It responds to constancy. Stay with me. The executive who once watched with calculation now watches with awe. His shoulders have slumped. His ambition has nowhere to stand. He understands now that nothing in this moment can be seized. It can only be received. The room grows warmer, but not uncomfortable. Like standing in sunlight after a long winter, the staff breathe deeper without realizing it. Some close their eyes, overwhelmed not by fear, but by familiarity, as if something they forgot long ago has just remembered them. The system projects a new phrase, final synchronization in progress. The seal pulses once, twice. With every pulse, the space around you feels lighter, as if gravity itself is adjusting to accommodate what is arriving. My beloved child, Michael steps closer now. Not through force, through presence. The vault walls shimmer, briefly transparent, revealing not metal behind them, but depth, distance, stars in motion, a passage that was never meant to be permanent, only precise. The staff can barely stand, knees bend, hands pressed to chests. One murmurs, "This place was never meant to hold this." And he is right. This place is only the doorway. The seal brightens, shifting from blue to gold, then settling into a hue that seems to contain both. The system updates again. Barrière resonance confirmed. That resonance is your steadiness, your refusal to look away, your willingness to remain present without demanding proof. Proof is responding to you now. Michael raises his hand, not as command, but as confirmation. The symbols respond instantly, rotating into perfect alignment. The seal tightens, solidifies, becomes complete in form, though not yet released. The vault hum deepens, synchronized now with a single rhythm. Your rhythm, my beloved one. This is the moment many never reach, not because they are unworthy, but because they disconnect too soon. They doubt the stillness. They flee the quiet. They mistake patience for absence. You did not, and because you did not, the system reveals its final layer. A message appears, brief and absolute, awaiting bare completion. Not waiting for action, waiting for acceptance. Michael turns, not to the vault, but toward you. His presence presses gently, like a hand on your back, steadying rather than pushing. He does not rush you. He never does. He waits for readiness. And readiness does not announce itself. It settles. The sphere descends slightly, closer now, radiating warmth that feels personal, specific, unmistakably yours. The seal beneath it glows brighter, responding to the narrowing distance. The staff shield their eyes. The light is no longer meant for them. This is between you and what was written long before this room existed. My beloved child, let your presence be known. Not loudly, not dramatically, simply fully. This is the moment engagement matters most. Staying, acknowledging, allowing yourself to receive without shrinking. The system pulses again. Completion imminent. Michael lowers his wings slightly, a gesture of readiness, not conclusion. The space bends inward, focusing everything toward the seal. The vault waits. Heaven bites. And you are exactly where you need to be. My beloved child, stay with me now. This is the moment where waiting ends and witnessing begins. The seal beneath the radiant sphere pulses one final time, slow and deliberate, as if the universe itself is taking a breath. The vault is no longer a room. It has become a threshold, no walls, no limits, only convergence. Every system, every structure, every rule humanity relied upon has stepped aside. Only truth remains. Michael stands fully present now, not emerging in haste, not forcing the moment. He steps forward with the calm authority of one who knows that what is about to happen cannot fail. His wings unfold, filling the space with living light, and the air itself responds, bending gently around his presence. The sphere descends into his hands. Not as possession, as confirmation. The vault trembles, not violently, but reverently, as the final line appears across every surface, glowing brighter than anything before. Seal complete. And with that, the number shifts. 100%. The moment the seal locks, a wave of energy moves outward, not explosively, but precisely. Every interference dissolves. Every unauthorized influence vanishes. The executive who once lingered with greed feels the weight lift from the room and from himself. His power to interfere is gone, not taken, rendered irrelevant. My beloved child, hear this clearly. What was sealed is now irrevocable. Michael lifts his gaze, not toward the vault, not toward the room, but toward you. And when he speaks, his voice does not thunder. It resonates. Beloved one, he says, what was delayed has arrived. What was protected is now released, not because the world approved, but because you remained. The vault opens, not outward, but inward, revealing not wealth, but purpose. Provision flows naturally from it, but provision is not the point. Alignment is. The light pours gently, wrapping the space in warmth, clarity, and certainty. The staff can finally breathe. Some weep. Others stand in silent awe. They have witnessed something they will never be able to fully explain. And they were never meant to. This was not for them. This was for you. Michael extends the sphere forward, and as he does, it dissolves into countless streams of light, each one carrying a piece of what you have carried for so long. Restoration, relief, confirmation, and yes, abundance in forms both seen and unseen. He speaks again, softer now. You were not chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because you stayed, because you endured when nothing made sense, because you did not abandon yourself when silence tested you. My beloved child, this is the turning point, not the end, the beginning. From this moment forward, doors that resisted will open without struggle. Opportunities that once felt distant will recognize you instantly, not because you chase them, but because alignment attracts what effort never could. And understand this clearly: nothing that was meant to pass you by can do so now. The seal has recorded you. Michael steps back slightly, wings still radiant, but his work here is complete. He leaves no confusion behind, no doubt, only certainty anchored deep within you. The vault dims, systems reboot, reality resumes its rhythm. But something has changed underneath it all. You, my beloved one, remain grounded in this awareness. Carry it quietly. Let it move through your actions, your decisions, your patience. There is no need to announce what has shifted. Those who are meant to know will feel it. And before you go, anchor this moment. Acknowledge it. Let your presence be marked. This is not about noise. It is about affirmation. Staying connected keeps alignment strong. Michael's final words echo gently, not in the room, but within you. Walk forward now. What was released will meet you where you are ready to receive it. My beloved child, it has begun.